So I have to start out this video by giving a shout out to a longtime friend of the show, Dan Brazilian. Because after years of being the biggest tool on the internet, another man stepped in and stole his whole flow. Meet Andrew Tate, who has taken the internet by storm over the last couple of months. I remember when clips started popping up of this guy, I thought it was a total joke. I assumed he was playing a character like many of these other self-proclaimed alphas. Back when I was making content on Fresh and Fit, people were leaving comments saying that they stole his whole ideology. And all I could think back then was, who is Andrew Tate?
I had mixed reviews on the color. Some people said they like it, some people said they don't like it, and I said, well, what color is your Bugatti?
Female. Are barely sentient.
I don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise and you believe in ghosts, now you're afraid. But if you don't believe in ghosts, it's the wind and you go back to sleep.
Broke people, and if you don't have a Bugatti, you're broke. So I would say 100% of the people watching this, I consider you all poor. Yeah. Broke people are one of three things. You're either arrogant, lazy, or stupid. You can decide which one you want to be. Maybe you're a mixture of all three, but you are. Me being rich is kind of different than most people who are rich, because there's a lot of people who are rich, like family, money, all this kind of stuff. But me, I did it all by myself. So I've got a problem which is kind of unique to my wealth. And the problem is that I am at the top of the tree. I'm at the very, very tip top of the food chain. Basically, anyone I interact with, ever, wants something from me.
But as time went on, he started to truly dominate social media through the massive spamming of his now mini viral clips. And the craziest part is that he didn't even do it himself. His little army of good disciples did this for him, with hundreds upon thousands of Andrew Tate fan pages receiving billions of views in a matter of weeks, quickly becoming one of, if not the most polarizing figure on the World Wide Web. And the thing is, he wasn't even using his own platforms to do this either. A lot of his biggest moments came from joining other people on their live streams like XQC, Aiden Ross, and Fresh and Fit.
So you don't think that men are overall better drivers than women?
No.
So when you see the worst parking you've ever seen in your life, you don't think it's more likely to be a female? It's just as equally likely to be a man in your view.
Crazy.
To me, it was like Donald Trump all over again. It's like no matter what your opinion was on the guy, damn near everyone did have a strong opinion about him. Some people cling to his every word like a cult leader, while others detest his existence and blame him as one of the figureheads damaging the minds of the young and impressionable men of the world. Because like a lot of content being produced today, Tate often weighs in on the ongoing gender war between men and women. And let's put it this way, this man is essentially alt-feminism for teenage boys with daddy issues. Meaning he sees men, especially of status, on a very high pedestal, and sees nearly all women as pawns to be played with in his day-to-day life and business.
If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. For the same reason, if I have responsibility over, and everyone's going to lose their mind, it's an example, it's only an analogy. If I have responsibility over a child, I have to have some authority. You cannot be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you. I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist, and I'm a realist. And if some of my views based very firmly in absolute professionalism, by extension, absolute reality, come across in a misogynistic tone, then that is your problem.
You can't slander me, because I will state right now that I am absolutely sexist and I'm absolutely a misogynist. And I have fuck you money, and you can't take it away. So I'll say what I want, because I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. There's no way you can be rooted in reality and not be sexist.
These type of thought leaders, in my opinion, use overgeneralizations and anecdotal evidence to trick people into thinking false truths about society. You see politicians do this all the time, and it's an incredibly powerful tactic in the way that it riles people up and validates their emotional feelings towards hot topics. Andrew Tate understood that if he played to the crowd, they would dance all night. As a matter of fact, they would dance for months, with millions of people becoming aware of who this man was every single day. I mean, at one point he was damn near unescapable. Everywhere you turn, there was a clip of Andrew Tate going viral for saying some either outlandish or common sense shit.
I've been put on the planet for a very specific reason. And I've been put on the planet to humble you. Because all of you people watching this, you will not reach your potential as a man unless you are extremely introspective. You must look in the mirror and you must compare yourself to Tate, and you must understand that you fail in every metric. You are poor, you are weak, you are stupid, you are ugly, and you are short. You are none of the things I am. And God put me on this planet specifically to remind you of how much you are failing. You are failing the experience of man because I exist.
Keep in mind, guys, one of the only reasons this man could convince so many people of this top G masterclass bullshit he was selling was because he could loosely back up most of his claims because they were well documented. His father was a top chess player in the world. There is record of him making tens of millions of dollars online, and he was at one time a well-documented professional kickboxer. So what I'm saying is he seemed to be able to walk the walk that he was talking, especially when he's being perceived by a young boy who might not know any better.
Oh no, I'm getting exposed on TikTok. If I get exposed on TikTok, is my Bugatti still outside? Let me check the camera. Okay, the Bugatti's still there. Let me just check the bank quickly, because I've been getting exposed on TikTok, so surely I can't be a millionaire anymore. Let me just quickly check. Oh wait, I'm still filthy fucking rich. Think I give a shit about a bunch of dorks on TikTok? Don't care. I'm top G. Say what you want, I don't care. I'm the bad boy.
That's what makes me such a fantastic individual, because I don't have to give up my entire life to be successful in one particular field. Most dudes to look like me have to give up their entire life to look like me. I can do it as a hobby on the side, which means it gives me plenty of time to do all these other things. That's why I'm going to be a billionaire. That's why I got all these cars. That's why I got this compound.
But as he rose to fame, skeletons definitely leaped out his closet. Old horrible videos of him surfaced. People found out he was possibly involved in very illegal activities, and many began an effort to collectively cancel this man. And now it seems like those people's prayers have been answered, as the self-proclaimed Top G has been permanently banned from YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So basically every social media platform, losing over 7 million collective followers in the matter of a few days, and in a lot of ways scrubbing his intellectual footprint and influence from the internet only months after he took off like a rocket.
Tried to log in Instagram a couple hours ago, it wouldn't let me. I have good people on the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I do understand it very, very well. I'm not angry at them in any regard. And I was trying to teach respect to all these millions of young men. And now, who knows where they're going to go, right?
And when I say people had mixed opinions about this deplatforming, I really do mean it. On one hand, you had people like Sneeko who insist a new agenda is afoot, and on the other hand, you had people celebrating this ban dancing in the streets. And then on the third hand, you have people who are mixed, like maybe they don't agree with anything this man says, but they also don't agree with the total deplatforming of his ideas.
Sparkling water you have to buy. So if you only drink sparkling water, you only drink rich man's water. I explained this to someone, some bumbacla, and of course he replied with the typical, but I don't like sparkling. You don't like sparkling water? You don't like water? Yeah, but the bubbles. The bubbles? You scared of bubbles, you little bitch?
The reason he was deplatformed seemed to be that many people felt, in general, he could be a danger to society, and for the most part, I would think that most adults would be able to understand that this dude was largely playing a character. In fact, I consider him to be as theatrical as the WWE. But for kids, when they come across these messages, I can see how there would be a disconnect between what is real and what is fiction. The other thing is, he was packaging all of this programming with a literal get-rich, become an alpha style masterclass he was selling for over $100 a month that he called Hustlers University.
You cannot stop. You cannot give up. You're in the most fantastic place on the planet for making money, Hustlers University, and the only person who can ruin that is you. Most of you are happy to be losers part-time. You want to escape. That's why you joined. You don't want to be a loser anymore. You're in Hustlers University and you're going to make money. But it ain't easy. It ain't going to be given to you on a plate. You're going to have to work. You're in competition with the entire world. Everyone wants to escape. You cannot be lazy. Every single spare second you have needs to be dedicated towards Hustlers University. Cancel the subscription to save $49 and go back to being a peon and a wage slave brokey. Don't be one of those people.
This is where apparently a lion's share of his money is currently pouring in, as many desperate nerds wanted to become the top G. The most similar case that I've witnessed of this type of takedown would have to be a few years ago with the YouTuber Leafy Is Here, who was banned from seemingly every social media after years of towing the line of what I would call acceptable harassment, as his fans were notorious for their relentless attacks on his growing number of enemies. And even he was a mere peon compared to the reach that Andrew Tate had recently. You know, at the end of the day, I do feel like there is content out there preaching much more dangerous ideologies, but few with the influence this man was beginning to have. He is a genius level marketer, I mean the Steve Jobs of Alpha Tool content if you will, but it does seem like his egg got cooked rather quickly. Will this be the end of Andrew Tate, or do you think this is just a bump in the road for the bottom G? Do you guys agree with his teachings, or do you find him as amusing as a party clown? Y'all let me know what you guys think down below about this whole situation. I have a feeling they might have just got this guy out of here. He might never be allowed to return. I mean, they got him off TikTok before they got EDP off TikTok, before they got James Charles out of here. But I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. As you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other internet alpha males out here need to get covered, so I'm out. Peace!